Welcome to Straight Up Math, a channel where I deliver a math concept as simple as possible. If you'd like to try similar problems seen in the video, I've included a link to practice problems in the description below. When you practice, be sure to check your answers. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask them in the comments section. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and send me suggestions on other problems you'd like to see. In this video, we're going to factor these binomials using GCF, and you'll notice on these problems there are a couple of variables mixed in here. So let's get started. So our first problem is 54, x to the 5th, y to the 11th, plus 66, x to the 8th, y to the 6th. So let's take it one step at a time on all of these. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my coefficients. It's 54 and 66, and I am thinking the greatest common factor between 54 and 66 is going to be a 6. So I'll put that right out there. And then we have x to the 5th and x to the 8th. So I know that out of both of those I could take out an x to the 5th. And then we have y to the 11th and y to the 6th. And I can factor out a y to 6 on both of those. And so you notice on that first step there, I just took it one piece at a time. I went to the coefficients, then I went to the x, and then I went to the y. Okay? And now I'm going to do the same exact thing. Now that I have my greatest common factor, I'm going to go and just divide this out piece by piece. So let's take the 6 out first. 54 divided by 6. That is 9. I think I'm going to need a little bit more room here. I'm going to take that parenthesis off just for now. And then I'm going to divide out this x to the 5th. Well, x to the 5th divided by x to the 5th is just 1. I'm not going to show that. Y to the 6th out of y to the 11th, that's going to be y to the 5th. And so that's what's left over of my first term. Now let's go and do my second term. 6, divide that out of 66, that's going to be 11. And then x to the 5th, divide that out of x to the 8th, that's going to be x to the 3rd. And then y to the 6th, divide that out of y to the 6th, and you're left with 1. And I don't write that down because 1 times all of this is just that anyway, so there's no need to show it. So that is my binomial factored using GCF. Let's do this one. And I'm going to scoot over here so I have a little bit more room. So I have 20x to the 13th, y to the 3rd, minus 16x to the 6th, y to the 7th. So let's go ahead and look at our coefficients first, 20 and 16. The greatest common factor between 20 and 16 is going to be 4. All right, let's look at the x's. X to the 13th, x to the 6th. So I'm going to pull out an x to the 6th. And then we have y to the 3rd, y to the 7th. I'm going to pull out that y to the 3rd. I know both of them has a y to the 3rd in it. So let's go ahead and do our division now. Now that we have our greatest common factor, let's go ahead and do our division. 20 divided by 4 is 5. X to the 13th divided by x to the 6th, just subtract those exponents. 13 minus 6 is x to the 7th. Y to the 3rd divided by y to the 3rd, that's 1. So this is times 1. We don't need to put that there. Let's go ahead and put down our subtraction sign. 16 divided by 4 is 4. X to the 6th divided by x to the 6th, that's 1. Not going to write that down. Y to the 7th divided by y cubed, that's going to be y to the 4th. And all I did was just subtract those exponents. So that's my binomial factored down using that GCF. Let's do the last one here. We have 40 x to the 4th. Oh, I don't want that looking like a 9. So that's x to the 4th, y to the 6th, minus 55, x to the 8th, y to the 3rd. Okay? So we have 40 and 55. A common factor between those two, well, I know they're at least divisible by 5. We have a 5 here and a 0 there, so let's pull a 5 out and see where that takes us. And then we have x to the 4th, x to the 8th, so I'm going to pull out that x to the 4th out of both of those. And then I have y to the 6th, y to the 3rd, and I'm going to pull out that y to the 3rd on both of those. All right, so let's do the 5 out first. 40 divided by 5 is 8. Let's do the x to the 4th divided by x to the 4th is just 1. Y to the 6th divided by y to the 3rd is just y to the 3rd. I subtract those exponents, 6 minus 3. And then we have minus 55 divided by 5, that's 11. And then we have x to the 8th divided by x to the 4th, that's x to the 4th. And y to the 3rd divided by y to the 3rd, that is just 1. And again, I'm not going to write that down. So there you have it. That's how you factor these, well, they look complicated, these complicated binomials by using GCF. Visit our website to practice more problems like the ones you saw in the video. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.